Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Welcome to Jummy Apparel YouTube channel. Today I'll be teaching us how to draft a basic bodice pattern, which is the foundation of all tops and blouse. We'll be needing some measurements. We need our neck measurements, our shoulder measurements, armhole, bust. We need our waist measurements. We'll be needing our bodice length, that's from the shoulder to the bodice or from the shoulder to our hip length. And also, we will need some required tools that we need for this project. First, we need our pattern paper, our tape rule. Then, we'll be needing our scissors. We'll be needing our ruler. And also, we'll be needing our French cuff. Likewise, we need our marker. Okay, so the next thing is to draft the margin line at the edge of the paper, of our pattern paper, this way. Okay, so after that's our margin line. Then we are going to measure our bodice length. That's from the shoulder to the hip line. Mine is 25 inches. Then we are going to measure our bust line. Mine is 10.5 inches, while my waist is 17 inches. So I'm going to measure this out now and rule it out too. Okay. All right. Okay, so after this, I'm going to label them. That's the hip line, waist, bust, and shoulder line. Okay, the next thing is to get our neck measurement. I'll be using the standard measurement of 3 by 3 inches. That's 3 for the width, 3 for the length. It can be more than that, please, but just for the sake of the illustration, I'll be using 3 by 3 inches. So I'll be using my ruler to connect all this line together in order for it to give me the accurate round neck measurement, round neck. Okay, so I'm connecting the lines together this way. All right, so I'll use my French curve to get the curve to connect it so that it could be round. All right, so that's our neckline. The next is to get our shoulder measurements. My shoulder is 16 divided by 2 will give us 8 plus half inch allowance, that's 8.5 inches. So I'll be ruling out 8.5 from my shoulder line there. So that's 8.5 inches. Then I'll come down from that point to get my shoulder slope. That's the point. I'll come down by 1 inch. So then I will connect it back to the neckline. So this stands as our shoulder slope. Okay, so the next is to get our armhole measurement. We can use this method. We can measure our round armhole to get our proper armhole measurements. Or we have another method we can use to get our armhole measurements. We can use our bust measurement. That's bust divided by 6 plus 1.5 inches. My bust is 40 divided by 6 plus 1.5 inches will give me 8.2, as we can see it. All right, so from that shoulder slope line, I will come down by 8.2 inches. Yeah, 8.2 inches. Okay. All right, so that's my armhole line. So I'm trying to check the line so that it can be accurate. All right, so I'll need to use my ruler to rule it out this way. Okay, then horizontally I'll need to rule it out too. Okay, so after that, the next thing is to get the middle point of our armhole. Sorry, that's our chest line. That line will now stand for our chest line. Then we need to get our middle point of our armhole. So whatever we have there, we are going to come out by 1 inch. So come out by 1 inch, then connect the line with your armhole curve this way. Okay, so that's our armhole line. Okay, so now we want to connect our measurements together. So my bust is 40 divided by 4 will give me 10 plus 1 inch seam allowance is 11. So I'll be measuring 11 inches from that upper bust measurement down there. Yes, so my waist is 34 divided by 4 plus 1 inch for that allowance, then plus 1 inch for seam allowance should give me 10.5 inches. So I'll connect the line there too. Then my hip is 42 divided by 4 plus 1 inch will give me 10.5. Sorry, 11.5. So I will use my ruler or my French curve to connect the line together this way. Okay, so I'm trying to use the curve part area to connect the hip line together. All right. Okay, so that's our measurement. The next is the placement of our darts. I'll be using 8 inches. My nipple to nipple is divided by 4. Divided by 2 will give me 4 inches. So that's our 4 inches for the darts. Okay, so at the bust line, I'll come down by 1 inch. At the bust line there, come out by 1 inch. Then at the hip line too, I'll be coming up at the hip line by 2 inches. Just this way. Okay, so I'll take my ruler now and connect the lines together. Take my ruler. Okay. So I'm connecting the 3 lines together. Remember that at the waistline we added 1 inch seam allowance, 1 inch dart allowance. So I'll be coming out from the both side of the waist, coming out by half inch. So that's our dart allowance. So I'm going to connect the lines together this way. All right. Okay, so that's our front dart. Yeah. So now we want to get our bust darts. So from the side, from the chest measurements there. Okay. From the side there, we are going to divide that line from here to the waist. We are going to divide it by 2. So whatever we have there, we are going to connect it to the bust dart measurement. That's the point at the bust there. That's the nipple measurement there. We are going to connect the line. So mine is 4. So I'm going to connect it to this point there. Just like this. Okay, so from that nipple point, I'll be coming out by 1 inch. Yes, just like that. Then at the side there, I'll be coming out from the both side by half inch. Then I'm going to connect the line back to the 1 inch I come out from that nipple point. Okay, so we have our bust dart. All right, so that's our bust dart. Now we want to get our back neckline now. So from the neck width, from the neck length, so we are going to come down by 1 inch from that point. 1 inch is the standard for the back neckline. Then I'm going to use my French cuff to connect it from the shoulder slope down to the 1 inch. So just that way. Then our armhole for the back too. From that middle point, I'll be coming out by half inch. You know, for the front we come out by 1 inch, but for the armhole I'll be using half inch. Then use my armhole curve to connect it together carefully. Please, if you don't know how to use the armhole curve ruler, you can actually try to get one and be practicing it. It's very good. So I'm trying to take my time to use the armhole ruler, armhole curve to curve it out. Okay. All right, so we have our front and our back armhole now. So I will label it now. So that's our front armhole, and that's our back armhole. Okay guys, so the next thing is to cut it out. So I will cut the back measurement out, sorry, the back from the front. Then I will be replacing it to another pattern paper so that I can have my front and my back pattern paper different places. Then I'll be also cutting out the front neckline and the back and the front armhole line too. So that's our back armhole first. Yeah, okay, then the shoulder slope. So I'll replace it on another paper. So yes, I have replaced it on another pattern paper. Then that's our front neckline and that's our front armhole line. So we have our bodice there. All right, so I added zip allowance to the back bodice. Okay, so I want to label it. That's our hip, our waist, our bust, then chest line too. So I want to cut it out. Okay. So before we cut the neckline, we are going to extend the neckline to the zip allowance. I come down by 1 inch also. I'll be using my French cut to connect it to the zip allowance there. Just this way. Okay, so that's our back neckline. So I'll be cutting it out. And that's the shoulder slope. Okay, so we have our back basic bodice. Now I'll try to, the next thing to get our darts to our darts for the back. So I'll be using the nipple to nipple. My nipple to nipple is still 4 inches after dividing it by 2. So yeah, 4 inches, 4, the waist too, 4, then at the hip too, still 4. So at the chest line, we'll be coming down by ½ inch from the chest line there. Okay, so we're going to connect the line together. And sorry, before then, we need to come up by 2 inches from the hip line. The same way we come up at the front bodice, we need to come up there too. Then we need to connect the lines together like this. Alright, so at the waistline we need to come out by half inch to get our darts for the back. So we are going to connect the line together this way. I'll be connecting the line from the half inch I come down from the chest line. So I didn't connect it directly like this, but I'll still do it now. Okay, so I'll be connecting it now. I forgot to connect it earlier. Alright, so it's supposed to start from the half inch. We come down from not at the bust line. Okay, so we have our back darts and we have our back basic bodice too. So I will label it now. Guys, please like, comment and share my videos if this video is really helpful for us. Okay, thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate. Please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel for more videos, and please turn on your notification bell so in case if I post another video you'll be able to see it. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. So we have our front and our back bodice basic pattern.